What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be going over everything that we know about The Flash Season 8. So let's get right into it. Of course, we know that the first 5 episodes of this season are going to be a crossover type of event, and it'll be titled Armageddon. Now, of course, there are going to be a bunch of returning characters for this, that being Javicia Leslie as Batwoman, Brandon Routh as The Atom, Cress Williams as Black Lightning, Chyler Leigh as Sentinel, Kat McNamara as Mia Queen, Osric Chow as Ryan Choi, and of course, Tom Cavanaugh as Eobard Thawne, and Neil McDonough as Damien Darhk. Now, I don't think this next part is confirmed, but I still think that we can assume that, characters like Jay Garrick, Cisco, Bart, and Nora, I think we can assume that they will be making an appearance at least for one episode in this crossover. And of course, we know that Despero will be the main villain of the crossover. So yeah, I think he's going to be a pretty good main villain. Obviously, we've seen the trailer with him in it. Obviously him as the main threat. And I think he looks pretty good. Comment your guys' thoughts on Despero. I think he's going to be a pretty decent villain. We also know from the new Season 8 trailer that the Flash and all the other heroes in the crossover will return to the Hall of Justice, which I think is just absolutely amazing. I've really wanted the Hall of Justice to return. We haven't seen it since Crisis on Infinite Earths, so it's going to be really cool to finally see it once again on the show. Now, something else we know from the trailer is that Barry is given 7 days for something Despero wants. Otherwise, Despero is threatening to kill everyone that Barry loves. Now, I have no idea what Despero wants from Barry, but I guess it's going to be pretty interesting to find out. I actually think this crossover, so far from what we've seen, has a pretty decent storyline. We also know that in this crossover, unfortunately, Chillblaine will be returning. I absolutely hate the Chillblaine character. I'm not excited about that at all. I'm not excited about him returning, and he's going to have a storyline with Frost. And I know a lot of you guys don't have my opinion on this, but I think Frost is also an awful character. I don't like Frost at all. Ever since, Season 5, she's just been a terrible, terrible character, in my opinion. I know a lot of you guys like Frost, but in my opinion, I just think that back in Season 7, when they split Caitlin and Frost, that was a great opportunity for them to write Frost out of the show, and they did not end up doing that. I just really am not a fan of Frost or Chillblaine at all. Now, getting back to what we know from the trailer, at the end of the trailer, we see Tom Cavanaugh, who will be playing some version of Wells. I guess this is maybe Timeless Wells, because he does look like he's, trying to motivate Barry or something along the lines of that. Or this is possibly like 2014 Wells, aka Eobard Thawne, of course. I think it's going to be really interesting to find out who exactly this might be. What version of Wells Tom Cavanaugh is going to be playing. So yeah, but whatever scene Tom Cavanaugh is in is usually a good one. So I'm really looking forward to, what he will bring to this crossover. And then just a couple of other characters that we know are going to be returning. We know that Dion, aka the Still Force, will be returning for this crossover, or sometime during the crossover. We also know that Kristen Kramer will return. Don't exactly know why, but she will return. Not exactly excited for those characters to return, but they're not as bad as Chillblaine. But now let's get into the really interesting stuff. So we know that Barry somehow ends up in 2014 while he was still in his coma from being struck by lightning. I don't know why he's going to be in this time, or anything else in regards to that. But it'll be pretty interesting to find out what's going on here, because I love time travel. And if this is time travel, I think this is going to be a great crossover, especially them implementing all these other things into the crossover. Now, we also know that Reverse Flash and Damien Darhk will be appearing in this crossover. However, until a few weeks ago, we didn't really know what they were going to be like. Are they going to be fighting with the heroes because they, are out for themselves or something like that? Are they going to have a change of heart or something? Apparently, that is incorrect. According to Eric Wallace, Reverse Flash and Damien Darhk will be quote-unquote trouble for Team Flash. So it looks like they will be forming their own Legion of Doom Part 2 and be somewhat of a secondary main villain duo for this crossover, which I'm really, really excited for. We also know that at one point, Grant Gustin is going to be in the Reverse Flash suit. If you guys don't know, Grant Gustin, of course, plays Barry Allen. And Grant Gustin will be in the Reverse Flash suit at one point, or in one scene, talking to Damien Darhk. Now, we don't know why this is happening. It could very well be because of a Reverse Flash origin story. And in the comics, one of the origins is Reverse Flash gets plastic surgery to make himself look like Barry Allen. So that could definitely be going on here. I think that would be a pretty comic book accurate storyline that I could see them doing. So yeah, that'll be pretty interesting, but we also know that Barry will finally get the gold boots that we've all been wanting him to get, so that's going to be absolutely amazing to see. We also know that Eddie Thawne will return for a time travel scene, which, you know, we see because Nora and Bart are presumably the ones time traveling. The reason they time travel for is very unknown, but Bart does look like he's undercover or something like that, so it's looking like they, you know, meant to time travel to this time. So basically all of that information right there was for the first 6 episodes. The only thing we know for like the rest of the episodes is that the second half of the season's main villain is supposed to be a very scary villain, and is supposed to be somebody personal to Team Flash. So could Eddie Thawne returning in episode 6 be like a little teaser in regards to him maybe becoming the main villain in the second half of the season? I think that would be really, really cool to see, although it's pretty unlikely. Would still be pretty cool. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your thoughts on, you know, all the Season 8 stuff we've got coming up. The Flash Season 8, of course, premieres on November 16th, so make sure you guys are on the lookout for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.